What's the source of happiness? Let's take a look. When we're happy, we have no objection to what's happening. There's a silent yes to the current experience. We aren't demanding anything be different than it is. In other moments, when we don't like what's happening, we aren't happy and we are, in effect, saying no to the experience. Therefore, it's easy to conclude that when things I like happen, I feel happy, and when things happen that I don't like, I feel unhappy. In other words, we believe that the source of our happiness lies outside our control, in the hands of others or the world at large, in which case we get to play the only remaining role, which is the victim. But that's actually backwards. In reality, the cause of our happiness lies in the yes, and the cause of our unhappiness lies in the no. When we say yes to whatever life is offering, we're happy. And when we say no, in other words, when we object to what life is presenting, we suffer. Saying yes doesn't mean we necessarily agree with or even like what's happening. It simply means that we acknowledge what's happening and are willing to live life on life's terms. In other words, it's our willingness to respond to what's happening that matters. When there's an acceptance of what's happening, it's okay. When we insist that things should be otherwise, we're arguing with how things actually are, and we will lose that argument every time. But even more fundamental than responding yes or no, we may notice that our innate consciousness is always receptive. Consciousness always says an unequivocal, silent yes, even when our mind does not. Consciousness can't do otherwise. There's nothing about this spacious awareness that we most fundamentally are that objects to whatever's happening. A no from awareness is simply not possible. A no can only come from the thinking mind. Therefore, at the core of our being, it's not possible to be unhappy.